the reason why I know the information I do is because actually my mother taught me a lot about it. Um, she told me, her and my daughter actually were talking to me about it, and they were talking about how many versions of the coronavirus there are, and how this version of the coronavirus is the 19th, or just came in 2019. SARS is actually a version of the coronavirus. Okay, so remember when everybody had SARS? Everyone was like, worried. Other people that didn't have it. Remember, West Nile was a thing as well. We were worried about getting it through mosquitoes. With the coronavirus, one of the questions that a lot of people have is, do Black people get it? Of course, my mother's Black, so there's that. Um, my mother started getting sick maybe, let's see, 2 weeks ago. Now, everybody who's been watching my channel for a long time, you know that my mom has been sick majority of my life. She's on disability. My mother is just ill. She's just been that way my whole life. So contracting something like the coronavirus, I don't think my mother is strong enough to deal with, right? Because what we've known about the coronavirus, what's happening in the news, is that people who are her age die from this disease. Now, when my mother first got sick, right, sick in this way, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Okay, and she was sick, and let me tell you how she ended up sick at first. Okay, so my mother was having an ear throat situation to where she couldn't hear out of one of her ears, and it was like this fluid coming out of one of her ears. And so she had been seeing a specialist about her ear for about, I don't know, over 6 months, and he was like draining her ear. And so she didn't go to see him for an extended amount of time because we thought her ear was getting better, right? And suddenly something started happening to her ear. Now, mind you, she was fine. She wasn't sick. She wasn't coughing. She wasn't sneezing. Her nose wasn't running. Nothing. She was just her ear. Something was going on with ear. Her fluid was coming out of her ear. And so she went to the ear specialist so he could drain her ear again. And he was talking about how her ear was healing. Now, this is something she just did 2 weeks ago. Okay. When she came back from the doctor's office 2 weeks ago, right? That next day, my mother was so sick. It wasn't like a gradual thing. It was like she was just sick as hell. And so she was sick the first day, second day, third day, fourth day. It was like, okay, do you have the flu or is this a cold? Because I was thinking when the doctor was messing around with her ear, maybe it was an ear, nose, throat type of situation, right? Because he was messing around with her ear. So that's the first thing we thought, right? Maybe it's the ear, nose, throat thing, right? So fourth day come, fifth day come. She's feeling better, right? She's not coughing, nothing is happening. Now, mind you, I went to go get her some Mucinex because I was like thinking maybe she's just coughing because she has a cold, and being around the ear and throat doctor, maybe that's why she is getting, she just has a cold right now. During this time,
I was over here fucking with this goddamn printer. And I just started listening and listening and listening. And I'm like, bitch, really? You gonna sit up there, throw out this motherfucking narrative that Big Kathy ass got the coronavirus? Really? This bitch is straight fucking low down, desperate, ain't shit, dumbass bitch all in fucking one. Then watch, come a month later, Kathy up there doing jumping jacks and shit. Listen to this shit.
this was just 2 weeks ago. So it's not like we didn't know that the coronavirus was around. We just didn't realize that it was inside of the United States yet. Now the Princess cruise ship was close, but it hadn't came to San Francisco yet. Okay, it was just, I guess, still out at sea.
Oh, okay. So Kathy was on a cruise ship, bitch. That's what the fuck you trying to tell us? Just like you say you see E.T. and shit.
So it was the coronavirus was in this place called where's UC Davis? UC Davis is a college here. It's up by Sacramento. Okay, and Sacramento, they were having some cases up there. And so I took her to I went to go get her some Mucinex, right? And this is why she felt better. The medicine, because it stopped her from coughing and she was moving around. Because before that, she couldn't even get out of the bed. She was just in the bed, like she couldn't do anything. Everything was aching. She didn't want to move. She just wanted to just lay there in the bed. So when I got her the Mucinex, for some reason, she felt better. You know what I mean? And she wanted.
Yeah, this shit is. I hate to fucking laugh because this bitch just straight motherfucking throw her mother out there again. So Kathy got the coronavirus. She smelled like insulin. What the fuck else? It's so much motherfucking shit that's wrong with Kathy.
To go out. Now, I was like, I don't think you should go outside. You know what I mean? I don't think this is a good idea for you to be outside. But she just kept pressuring me because she just was like, I've been in the house for 5 days. You know, I want to go outside. I want to go outside. She just seemed like she was feeling so much better because she was just moving around. You know, she was just like happy and moving around and cleaning up, and she was dressed. She had her makeup on, and she was just ready to roll. Now, mind you, all this time she's been sick. My son not sick. I'm not sick. My daughter not sick. Nobody around us sick. It's just my mom, right? So
you mean to tell me all that time she's sitting up there holding little Justy and kissing on Justy, he ain't got the coronavirus either? Oh, okay.
I take her outside, and it's warm actually because it's been a cold in the Bay. Because this is why I was thinking she was sick too, because it was like really, really hot. And then the day she went to the doctor's office to get her ear checked, it was warm outside. So I thought the change in weather so swiftly was the reason why she got sick. Right. So I was like, it's just a number of things were factoring in why she was sick. And so then when the 5 days went.
Hey, oh shit. Oh man. Oh man. I don't even know where the motherfucker start with this shit at. Tales from the Rat 2.0.
By and she had the Mucinex and she was up walking around. It was warm outside that day too. So we went outside and came back in. Next day, back sick all over again. And she has been sick like that for another 3 days. Now, we was like, do you have the flu? Do you have a cold? What do you have? Do you have the coronavirus? So at first, it was like a joke. You know what I'm saying? It was like, why you sick? You got a coronavirus. Ha, ha, ha. But maybe we shouldn't be joking about that because, you know, it is the coronavirus and you're older.
Bitch, you look like the coronavirus. So it's possible. Well, I ain't gonna say it's possible. We know that motherfucking Kathy got the coronavirus because she around your ass.
And it gonna do nothing. It might not do nothing to us, but it'll do something to you. And she called her doctor. And the doctor was like, okay, wait it out for another day, see what's up. All right. So
hold on, KD. You didn't actually believe this bitch, did you? Press one in the room if y'all started believing this bitch. For real.
Tonight, because this was like two days ago or 3 days ago when she called the doctor, because he was like, you sound like you have the symptoms. Wait it out, see. So last night I went to go pick up my daughter from work. Now, mind you, my mother was coughing before, but yesterday, the day before that, my mother was coughing so bad that she was gasping for air. And she had like these, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you have like asthma or COPD or something like that, and you have an asthma attack and it's a really, really bad one, after that, your chest and lungs are so sore.
Maybe she was smelling your motherfucking stinky pussy ass, bitch. You ever thought about that?
That's what she was going through. And she just kept saying, my chest, my chest, my chest. Couldn't breathe, coughing all over the place, right? So while I'm out, I call. While I go get Dominique, I call and I'm like, do you want anything? Do we need to go to the doctors tonight? I mean, what's going on? She was like, well, I called the doctor and he told me to go to the hospital in the morning. And I'm saying, this doctor told her to wait the first time. Now I kind of get why he's saying wait, but at the same time, you don't want to wait because you don't know what's going on and you don't want her to just suddenly, people are just passing away so quickly from that. So I'm like, why does he keep telling you to wait? So anyway, he tells her to wait to go to the hospital. Now, I'm asking her, do you want to go to the hospital or do you want to go to the doctors? And she's like, we got to call first, whatever we do. We got to call first. I was like, are you sure? Because I just don't she's not coughing as bad as she was. But then again, the reason why she wasn't coughing, I mean, she was coughing so bad yesterday was because she didn't take the Mucinex, right? So all of this time where I thought she was feeling better was because she was taking the Mucinex. So I'm like, if the Mucinex is making you feel better, then you don't have the coronavirus. This is just an assumption because you really don't know, And I'm like, well, you feeling better, but at the same time, when you stop taking the Mucinex, you start coughing all over again. All over again. This can't be the flu, because if it was the flu, me, my daughter, and my son would have it by now. That's not how the flu works. It's a virus. You pick it up. We in close proximity to each other. If my mother had the flu.
Yeah, I know y'all in close proximity of each other in that motherfucking small ass hotel room, bitch. Yeah, we know that. Uh-huh.
Me, my son, and my daughter would have it, right? Because and she's had this for like 2 weeks now. So it's just like, by this time, either my son would have started coughing by now, or I would have started coughing by now, or my daughter, somebody, and so she's the only one. And so when I called last night when I'm going to go pick up my daughter, she was like, I already have some Mucinex. I will, take that and we'll see. So when I first got back to the house, she was coughing lightly. She wasn't coughing as bad. It was like, ugh, I was like worried, like, don't cough on me, please. But she wasn't as bad as before she took the Mucinex. So my thing is, as Black people, as African American people, we usually don't really hit the doctors first. You know what I'm saying? We go get some Robitussin and think, oh, we're fine. And my mother's been in and out of the doctors my whole life, in and out of the hospitals. Hospital stays for 6 months at a time. And so with this, I really just I know something is wrong. I want her to go, but you can't get tested more than once. They do not have a lot of test kits. So you can't get tested more than once. And you got to make sure that that's what's happening before you get tested. And I want to share this process with you guys, not because, whatever negative thing you guys could think could possibly be happening, but I want to share the process. I don't think I want to show my mother sick. You know what I mean? I don't think that, but I'm just going to tell you guys as we go along with this to see, how this goes. But she has all of the symptoms. She can't
Like I said, next month, Kathy gonna be doing motherfucking jumping jacks and shit. Like, bitch, for real. Oh shit. Oh my god. Once again, you fuck with me, hit the likes. If you don't, hit the dislike. Feel free to comment and motherfucking subscribe. So as we see it and as we hear it, Big Kathy has the coronavirus, according to Sansaray.
Keep saying she doesn't have a fever, but I'm like, how do you know you don't have a fever? You have not taken your temperature. She keeps saying she doesn't have a fever, so she doesn't have it. I'm like, that's not a determining factor with this. And so we're just waiting to see what the doctor wants to do, the hospital wants to do. And this would be, I think, the first case of an African-American woman having it. I know a black man has had it, an NBA player has it. And so they've on the season, the rest of the NBA season. And I believe.
See, this is our motherfucking problem. She's sitting up here looking on the internet, listening to the fucking news, and just motherfucking running her motherfucking mouth and don't know what the fuck she talking about. What she thinks she's know what she talking about. How you gonna sit here and say your motherfucking mama got the coronavirus and the doctors didn't diagnose her with that? So I guess you're a doctor now, huh? Dr. Rat.
Leave a 21-year-old kid and who was visiting China, I think he contracted it, and basically his body just naturally, his immune system just naturally handled it. And it's a lot of people out there that are saying, black people don't get it. You are a child of the sun, and you're not going to get the coronavirus. I do want to say that the coronavirus is probably affecting African American people very different than it would an Asian person or a white person, because we just, built different, so the homelessness population here, where you have people just walking in these streets, you never know. It could be African American people who are homeless inside of your city that have the coronavirus right now, and they can't really get any treatment. Speaking of treatment, even if my mother, right, test positive for the coronavirus this morning,
Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I just tell y'all? She don't know if her mama got it or not. She just motherfucking told on herself right there. But she gonna put in the title, oh, my mama has coronavirus. You ain't shit, bitch.
what they gonna do? Quarantine her. It's basically it. They
need to quarantine your ass.
There's no cure for it. There's nothing that they can do. If she's having trouble breathing, they'll put on a respirator or try to help her with, with her breathing. But outside of that, what possibly could they do? There's no cure for it. So we just got to trust that my mother's immune system just knocks it out, and that's the thing that I'm concerned. My mother has survived so many things. My mother is a strong woman,
Yeah, we know Kathy survived many of things. Dealing with your ass, we know. She survived a lot.
She is about to be 60, and she has, survived a lot. I've seen her survive a lot. But my mother does not survive this. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. I don't know how that's going to affect me and my kids. So I don't want to think in that way. I just want to figure out what's the best.
You don't want to think in that way, but here you is sitting right here, making a goddamn video, telling everybody that your mama got it, but you don't know if she got it.
Way to take care of her, and the first thing is trusting the hospital. But the problem with that is she was not sick before she went to the doctor's office. So taking her back to the very place that she ended up, her primary care physician, she went to see her primary care physician and has been sick ever since. And that's the problem. That's what I'm struggling with as far as, my mother being in the care of her own physician or some hospitals. And we're going to see how it goes. And I'll let you guys know up to date, date to date, see what happens. Maybe when I give you guys another update, I'll let you know exactly what's going on.
Nah, bitch. Give us an update and make sure your motherfucking ass don't got it, bitch.
With her, but she just, I don't know. I just hope her body just takes care of it. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're going to, like, if she tests positive, 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to test me, my son, and my daughter, because we're in close proximity to her. And that's going to be the next, step.
They need to test your ass for every motherfucking thing. From your head to your motherfucking feet, bitch.
And I just hope that she doesn't have this. I hope that this is just the flu, but I just don't see this being a flu. What I'm seeing her go through, I don't think is the flu. It just doesn't seem like that's what it is. But I will be sure to, keep you guys posted about it. Definitely. Again, I appreciate prayers. Please, prayers, positive vibes, no negativity, no conspiracy theories or fandom stories.
Bitch, that sounds like what the fuck you doing right now. Talk about no conspiracy theories. And you don't know if your motherfucking mama got it. No negativity. But it sound like you motherfucking wishing it on her. God damn, don't this bitch got the motherfucking nerves?
About my mom, stuff like that. Like, people try to do that. Just keep a positive mind and encouraging words for me and my mom. If you want to email me, if you want to, ask me questions, you can, and I'll just, answer them. You can email me, and I'll answer. But yeah, we're just waiting for basically to take, the test and stuff like that. So I'll let y'all know what's going on. All right. Bye.
Yeah. I'm thinking the same thing too, Sassy. God damn. That's the motherfucking rap for your ass. Once again, you fuck with me, hit the likes. If you don't, hit the dislike. Feel free to motherfucking comment and motherfucking subscribe. Also, feel free to shut the fuck up and donate to my spiritual fund just as well. And also, make sure y'all hit the reminder on my video that's coming later on this evening. We're going to be doing some real talk about the motherfucking coronavirus at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure y'all hit the reminder, hit your post notifications on it. We're going to do some real talk. Let me see. Let me go ahead and read some. Anybody got any questions? Because this shit's too fucking hilarious right here. It really is. I guarantee if something happens, there will be a GoFundMe. Just watch. Yeah, I think so too. Oh, hey, Jap, I'm gonna hit you up after I end this live in about another 5 minutes. Let me see. She want to have it. That way, that would be the reason they homeless. Oh, okay, yeah. You know that's right. All right. Like I said, make sure y'all hit the post notifications for the video. The video I'm gonna be doing this evening. We're gonna have some real talk on the conspiracy theory. Until then, stay up.